It's getting that time of year again, or that time of the season, where everybody's going to start posturing and putting their bids in for potential runs at the president, at being the president of the United States. We have Vice President Joe Biden, who's considering running, and then we have Hillary Clinton. In my opinion, would be an extreme disaster as a president because one, she's a liar, and two, all she wants is that power. That's all she wants, and she will continue what President Obama's administration has started. Okay, that's to expand government and become more intrusive in our lives, our daily lives. Okay. She lied during the Nixon investigations and was terminated. She lied more than likely during Whitewater investigations. She lied about Benghazi, where 4 Americans lost their lives. And then we have, on the other side, we have Mitt Romney, Chris Christie, Mike Huckabee, Jeb Bush. I mean, it's the same players. We've had enough of each one of them. It's time for somebody new, somebody who can actually stand up for the Constitution, stand up for the American people, and bring us back to where we are that shining city on a hill. We're no longer that shining city on a hill, and we need to get back to that. We need to bring more pride and love of country back to this nation. Our liberties, our freedoms, and defend the Constitution instead of trying to circumvent the Constitution, which is what this administration has continually tried to do in violation of their oath. Equality before the law. We have Al Sharpton running around owing millions in back taxes, and yet he's not being prosecuted. We have such division, and the White House is a part of that division. What happened in Ferguson, the president and the attorney general had no right to do what they did, to form another grand jury to see if they could prosecute the law enforcement officer. And they lost. That second grand jury found that the law enforcement officer was innocent of wrongful doing. And yet the president and the attorney general have really overstepped their bounds and created even more division in this nation by backing a criminal. The young man was being arrested and chose to fight back and got shot. I'm sorry, a 250, 200, 300-pound man coming at me, whether you're black, white, blue, green, you could even have freaking polka dots for all I care. I'm going to shoot you. Plain and simple. I may not kill you, then again I may, but I'm going to shoot you. I'm only 5'7", 170 pounds. Ain't no way I'm taking on someone that's that large. And it was already proven that he was a violent bully. He was a bully. Had no parental guidance whatsoever, because his parents are just as pathetic as he is or was. Destroying a town and protesting over a criminal that got shot and died. Well, that's enough about that. All right. So our choice in the coming months has to be somebody that believes in the Constitution, that believes in defending this nation, that is honest, straightforward, and willing to take a stand. And whether this individual is black, white, blue, green, male, female, it doesn't matter. But what matters is, can they be trusted to defend this nation and to stand up and bring us back to that shining city on a hill, prosperous, strong, and defiant in the face of evil, and willing to admit that Islam is a violent, extreme religion. Sharia law is illegal in this nation and will never be accepted. I'm not saying all Muslims are that way, but violent extremism needs to go away. We need to eliminate it, and anyone that wants to follow violent extremism will be eliminated. That's where we need to take a stand. That's where we need to show our strength as a nation. Now, we have on continual basis Hollywood individuals, the Hollywood elites, if you want to call them that, running their mouths. We got Michael Moore, Bill Maher, Joe Rogan, or not Joe Rogan, but Seth Rogen, and various others. At every turn, they just sicken me. Not long ago, Tom Cruise opened his mouth and said his job was tougher than anyone in the military. Really? Are you sure? I don't see you doing what the Navy SEALs do. I don't see you doing what a Marine does, or Force Recon, or a Green Beret. I don't see you being shot at and under constant threat of IEDs. Really? That's just another example of a Hollywood idiot. Granted, you're a talented individual, Mr. Cruise, but your job is nowhere near as hard as anyone ever in the military. You want proof? Go to a VA hospital. You want proof? Become a Navy SEAL. Yeah, you played a bunch on your movies. Big deal. That's not the real thing. As far as the American Sniper being a psychopath patriot, hello. I too am a psychopath patriot. If standing up for something that you believe in and defending those that you serve with and defending something greater than yourself is being a psychopath patriot, then that's me. And that's so many others. So don't ever, Mr. Bill Maher, get in the way of a patriot, because you will lose every single time. We all took an oath to defend this nation against all enemies, foreign and domestic. Every one of us that have dared put on the uniform. will dare to defend it again. Michael Moore, there's no such thing as a coward in the military, except maybe Bo Bergdahl. The coward is really you, because you never had the cojones or the balls to step up and be a real man and put on the uniform. Whether we believed in the mission or not, our mission is clear: to defend and support the Constitution of the United States, to protect her interests here and abroad. Those are the words that we live by. Those are the words that we defended on a daily basis. We had our ups, we had our downs. Mistakes made, mistakes fixed. But we never, ever run from a fight.